and welcome to Pelicans Report, a show devoted to news about the New Orleans Pelicans and the NBA. I'm Jimmy Smith, Pelicans columnist for NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune, and I'm joined today by Pelicans beat writer John Reid. And John, it was a tough two-game Eastern road swing this past weekend. The Pelicans did not shoot well in either loss, did not distribute the ball well, lost to the Atlanta Hawks, and then here Saturday night against the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem. The ball movement was not good. I mean, they averaged 86 points in both during the three-game losing streak. And I think that guys, particularly the guards, got to look a little bit more on sharing the ball. I think they're doing too much on looking for the shot, not moving the ball around the perimeter to get guys open. And you have to understand, I mean, Anthony Davis is a perennial all-star, a guy that's in the mix for MVP, although it's the first month of the season, and you have to distribute the ball. And I think that you have to set aside a little bit of your individual and really go with the offensive flow. And I think that in during the three-game losing streak, just think it's been a little bit too much individual and not enough team concept and doing the things that they did over the first 12 games when they averaged like 103 points, and you're not going to win like that. Obviously, they're not shooting well as well, and you would think that they would want to try to drive the basket a little bit more to offset that poor perimeter shooting. And I think that, a lot of times, and this was last season also, when you lose a guy, Eric Gordon, a lot of people criticize him, but he does a good job of spacing the floor. But a lot of times when you lose a key starter, individual guys try to overcompensate and try to feel the load a little bit too much to overcome not having him. And I think that kind of comes into play during this three-game losing streak. And I just think you got to play the way if he was in there or not or whatever, just can play with your concepts. And obviously, Jimmy, what you said, you got to make open shots too. I mean, you can't I think this team sometimes take too many threes when they don't really have to take those threes and drive to the basket. And they always say if you don't have it on the perimeter, then drive to the basket and try to get to the free throw line. Hadn't seen a lot of that, and even when they do drive to the basket, guys like Austin Rivers hadn't been able to finish around the rim. A couple of roster moves. They cut Darius Miller and Patrick Young. It's a possibility that Dante Cunningham could be joining this. We saw in the highlight package some of the defensive deficiencies at small forward. That could help. And one thing interesting that Monty Williams said yesterday after practice, that he don't want to really play musical chairs with that small forward spot. He want to have a guy that he can be dependent upon to come off the bench and be that top guy come off the bench. And maybe they might be looking at ways to Eric Gordon's injury probably could take up to 3 months. They probably shift Tyreke Evans to that shooting guard spot, and they want to solidify that small forward position. And I've said during the summertime, I think the biggest need of this team is getting a proven guy at the 3 spot. Dante Cunningham, although he played a lot of power forward with Minnesota last season, I think he can fill the role. I mean, he's a 6.8 career scorer, but I think he's a guy that can come in and really solidify it. Rough schedule starting Tuesday night. Russell Westbrook returned Friday night for the Oklahoma City Thunder after breaking his hand early in the year. Possibility also the Thunder could get back reigning MVP Kevin Durant against the Pelicans tonight. Well, they're in the Western Conference, Jimmy, and there's no breaks here. I mean, I would not be shocked or surprised if Kevin Durant plays tonight. And, Russell Westbrook came in his first game early this week and scored 32 points against the Knicks. And then you got to go to Golden State. And then you got the Clippers back to back sort of. But I think it's just tough. They got to run the offense. I don't know what you do with Golden State. I mean, I just think they're a great team. They got 2 great guards. They score a lot. They're the top shooting team in the league, shooting 49% from the field. So they got to play defense. No question. John, thanks for stopping by. Well, that wraps up today's show. Join us on Thursday when we look back at the game against the Thunder and ahead to 3-game West Coast road trip against the Warriors, Clippers, and Lakers. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.